How do you know what you know? An art-based research project promoting media literacy. 96 people were asked which information sources they most trust and distrust. 48 responses were selected for inclusion in the animation. The information sources include social media, podcasts, academic research, religion, first or second-hand experience, artificial intelligence, the internet, and news agencies.
Information source. Podcasts. Why I trust podcasts. I think more people on those platforms show their credits when talking and show the information better than others. Podcasts can be really informative, especially from experts, but they can also be biased. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2, so I don't get a chance to read a lot, and listening to podcasts from sources like the New York Times, Vox, and NPR helps me feel like I'm staying informed. Why I don't trust podcasts. I believe these are largely opinion-based, and I do not trust them for that reason. Podcasts are based solely on the opinion of someone else rather than coming to your own conclusions. Podcasts are random people's opinions.
Information source. Academic research. Why I trust academic research. Most academic research is factual, as it is based on extensive studies and experiments and are peer-reviewed for their relevance, so you mostly do not need to worry about taking in incorrect information. Academic research is always formatted based on trial and error, and it includes all information of what happened throughout that specific process, regardless if it benefits someone or not, or even if it refuted their hypothesis. While they may not be trustworthy all of the time, if you compare the data across each, sometimes they can be reliable. Why I don't trust academic research. Academic research is usually geared toward a particular opinion. If the government is involved, it's not to be trusted. I do not trust these sources because they can easily be manipulated and changed to inaccurate information.
Information source. Religious institutions. Why I trust religious institutions. I have a deep-rooted faith and try to make decisions and form opinions based on that. I believe in myself and my ability to process information as well as a religious standpoint. Because they provide either an unbiased coverage or they affirm my identity as a queer Jew. Why I don't trust religion. Religious institutions, though they have the potential to be trustworthy, do not have a historically great track record in providing the truth to the public. Lol, their track record doesn't give me a lot of faith in information from these sources, but I'm happy to double-check with sources that I feel are more reliable. Religious institutions are useful for religious outlooks, but they are highly colored by promoting the interests of their particular religions.
Information source. News agencies. Why I trust news agencies. They seem more trustworthy due to the higher possibility of fact-checking, authentic information. The news I watch, I believe I get both sides of the news. Reputable news agencies are generally trustworthy sources, but you must choose carefully. Why I don't trust news agencies. Sometimes the news gets paid off by people and they give false information. I think they are sometimes too opinionated. Fake news.
Information source. Internet search engines. Why I trust internet search engines. I'm able to bounce around and read and listen to a variety of points. Because you can find almost everything in the internet, and as long as you find a reliable source, it could be real. Multiplicity of results. Why I don't trust internet search engines. Everyone has access to the internet and they can alter information. These choices are not always the most credible. Internet searches are colored by whoever pays the most for search engine optimization on their websites. They are ever-changing.
Information source. Artificial intelligence. Why I trust AI. Because it is reliable and easily accessible. Multiple sources of each kind tends to re-verify thoughts. Why I don't trust AI. AI gathers information from everywhere, even if it is factually incorrect. Don't know the data sources specifically. AI isn't a real person.
Information source. Social media. Why I trust social media. There are more people that add their opinions. I usually will go research what they said to inform myself. I mostly get my information from TikTok. They have news reporters on there who want people to be informed about the world and make videos every time something happens. I just prefer social media.
Why I don't trust social media. I think some things can be easily taken out of context or misheard, so social media and the internet could possibly be wrong. All of these sources have biases and can be very curated. They all involve making money. A person can be smart, people as a whole are often stupid.
Information source. First and second-hand experience. Why I trust first and second-hand experiences. I trust my personal experiences because I went through certain situations and can form opinions for myself. I trust more of my personal experiences, so I believe my own opinion. Personal experiences are real. Why I don't trust first and second-hand experiences. There is no way to re-verify with a similar source. Second-hand experiences are subjective and the others are highly censored. This is what I would call anecdotal evidence. It's very meaningful and can really get your point across, but it doesn't necessarily indicate a wider trend or statistic.